What's going on, Jeromes? So happy Saturday, happy Vikings-Bengals halftime show. Now, initially I was thinking, okay, so the Vikings in the driver's seat, moving the football, doing pretty damn good. The Flores defense is flexing again. And hey, it was so weird during the first half, or excuse me, the first drive, Chris Rose on the play-by-play and Jason McCourty doing color commentary. You were thinking it's like, oh, Jake Browning is the next big thing. Jake Browning is a Joe Montana. Blah. I mean, that's the amount of slobber that was put upon Jake Browning. It's ridiculous. It's like a hungry dog looking at a ribeye. It's just, it makes you want to vomit. And when it comes to bias in announcing, like this one was pretty bad. But once they get off of scripted plays, Flores and company really buckled down. Danielle Hunter's playing out of his gourd. But it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because Nick Mullins, frankly, has looked quite good at times. But 2 plays, he looked quite bad. And that's the difference right now. The Vikings should be up a minimum 13-3 and getting the ball to start the second half, but instead it's 7-3 because Mullins, I didn't even know who he was throwing to on that first interception. Like, was it to JJ? Was it to KJ? Was it literally to Mike Hilton? I don't know. And the second one is inexcusable, and it's exactly what we were pissed off about Josh Dobbs about, because Dobbs didn't take care of the football, and several times when he was taking a sack, he would literally just throw the ball up in the air. And he did it against the Broncos, got away with it. I did it a couple times against the Bears, did not get away with it. And we said that's exactly what Mullins needs to not do. And what did Mullins do right then? And I understand that in that spot you can't take a sack. Also, you shouldn't have taken a sack the down before, but it's beside the point. But if it's not there, throw the ball away. It's just, or just take the sack in that spot and have Joseph try a long field goal. Because, I mean, Nick Mullins was saying, like, hey, I threw it. Yeah, you threw it, and it got tipped up, and B.J. Hill had a pick. It's just so stupid. Derek Baker, $20 in the chat. Kevin Connell, Flo calling good game. Mullins good, but almost interception last week. This week, interception this week. Stupid decision. At the end of the second half, all bad passes due to Mullins not seeing past D-line. Overall, I think Mullins has been fine. 3 plays stand out. The one that should have been picked deep in the Vikings territory, the one that did get picked, and then also that thrown up for grabs. But I think overall, Mullins has been solid operating the offense. It's just they got to cut down on mistakes. And that's the name of the game right now. I think overall, Nick Mullins has been fine. And frankly, the Vikings offense, it kind of looks like a diet version of the Kirk Cousins offense. You see a lot of play action, a lot of pocket passing, a lot of timing, a lot of just getting the ball out quick. But for whatever reason, Mullins just, it's frustrating, man. Is it Jaron Hall time? I don't know. Next up, Zach Carter, $5. How much more until it's Jaron Hall time? It's a good question. Where again, it would be one thing if Mullins was just horrible in the entire first half, but he wasn't. Like he's making some decent throws, just making big mistakes and pull big boners when he doesn't need to, which is something we need to bring back, by the way. Calling mistakes boners. I don't know. Anyways, if you got a question or a comment, toss a couple bucks in the super chat. Garrett Roseboro, $2. Should have 21 points. Start throwing deep balls. I mean, that's fair. But also, free Ty Chandler. Ty Chandler's looking good, man. Ty Chandler, 11 carries for 42 and a touchdown. Also, a nice swing pass for 16 on third down. Addison, 2 for 54 is looking good. Hawkinson, 3 for 35. That Hawkinson grab on third down was fantastic. And people say, well, Mullins threw behind him. No, he threw it in the spot where only Hawkinson could get it. So either it was going to be incomplete or Hawkinson was going to reel it in and get a first down, which, again, I don't want to sound like a Nick Mullins apologist because the 2 turnovers are absolutely inexcusable down in the scoring area, but Mullins has been fine throughout the rest of it. It's just like, besides that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? But the Flores defense is really getting after Jake Browning. Danielle Hunter, 2 sacks, 15.5 career high. Pay Danielle, you dummies. That's all I'm saying. They got to get J.J. more involved, as well as I think Evans, Murphy Jr. have been dynamite. I know that Mekhi Blackman sort of got bullied by T. Higgins on that jump ball down the sidelines, but it wasn't a catch. Doesn't matter. Mr. Fibonacci, $2. What up? What up? What up? But so overall, it's one of those spots where the Vikings were 3-point underdogs in this game, so you should be happy right now. But I mean, this team is so much better. It is, and this team is more talented than the Bengals. This team is playing more cohesively than the Bengals. The defense is playing much better than the Bengals, and still it's a one-score game because that's how the Vikings operate. But getting the ball to start the second half, get back to basics, get back to running Ty Chandler. And the Bengals were 30th in the league against the run, allowing 4.7 yards per carry. And unfortunately, they lost DJ Reader, Reader is one of the better defensive linemen in the game. And losing him, it's really tough. Plus, that injury did not look good. So, prayers up and good vibes to DJ Reader because, I hate seeing injuries, man. Soda State sold you $10. Our backup quarterback throwing interceptions to defensive linemen is getting effing ridiculous. Yes, fully agree there. And again, you can partially all right. So the Mike Hilton interception was whatever, but the second one was just absolutely inexcusable. Can't have it, man. Nolan Culpet, $2. Danielle Hunter, Defensive Player of the Year. Yes. And I will say that Danielle Hunter should be Defensive Player of the Year because not only is he now leading the league in sacks, but he plays the run. He plays the run very, very well. And does Khalil Mack play the run? Does TJ Watt play the run? Does Myles Garrett play the run? Not as good as Danielle. Not as good as Danielle. All right. But yeah, the defense is the defense is so freaking good. I mean, outside of that first drive, Jake Browning and Zach Taylor have done absolutely nothing. Jamar Chase has been in check, and it's just you love it. You absolutely love it. Plus, you see how much confidence that they're playing with. And yes, I mean, they missed on that long ball to Charlie Jones. And also, is it time we have a conversation about Harrison Smith? Because Harrison on a couple of tackles got dragged a little bit. And on that coverage, he bit underneath. That's why Charlie Jones was so wide open. It looked like cover 2 or Tampa 2, and maybe Harrison was playing that deep middle. But I will love Harrison Smith forever, and it's not like Harrison Smith has been terrible this year, but also it's very apparent that he's the third best safety on the team. And that's not so much a disparaging because Cam Beasley, despite the missed tackle today, and Josh Metellus are playing at a Pro Bowl level. All right. But overall, again, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, but you cannot go back and change the past. It is what it is. Play the hand that you're dealt right now. And right now, the Vikings have a 4-point lead on the road against the Bengals. The defense is holding up extremely well. Offensively, get back to running the ball. Make sure that Mullins cuts down on the stupid-ass mistakes and go out and get points on this first drive. Shut them down on defense again. Get the ball back. Go get some more points, and let's get the hell out of here. All right, so the Vikings firmly in control here, looking to move to 8-6 on the season, and that's what it is, man. And injuries, we do not let injuries be an excuse, and we'll go from there. But again, Mullins has looked okay aside from those 3 plays. All right, so hopefully he can still continue playing well and cut down on the stupid-ass dumb mistakes. Ridiculous, man. But that's it. We'll be back here for a post-game show, winners and losers. That's right. Keep Skull alive. You guys are the best. Skull